Alright, so I've been using this Gulikit KK3 Max Controller for a couple days now, and I thought I've used it enough to give you some sort of an opinion of it. So let's get started. Alright, so what do we have in the box? We have the controller itself, we have a plastic case, also with wireless dongle, which is much better than the Bluetooth connection, and we have the button tool to extract them easily from the controller, and we have some spare parts. We have 4 spare buttons. I can show you, you can change them quite easily, and we have some back paddles. We have a longer one, the shorter ones, and some buttons which I will show you later as well. Alright, so the ergonomics. It feels really comfortable in hands. If you can compare it to something like Xbox Elite 2, it's on the similar level. It has a nice weight to it, but it's kind of light. It's 250 grams. It has nice grippy texture in the back. It's just super comfortable in my opinion. In terms of connectivity, we have a couple of options. You can plug it in wired, USB-C to USB cable to your PC, for example. It has a great pulling rate of just under 1000 Hz pulling rate, so I'm very happy with that. Using the dongle, the wireless dongle that comes with it, you can also achieve the almost 1000 Hz pulling rate. It's very easy, you just plug it into your PC and you have to switch the mode to the dongle, the last one, and pair it with this button, and it's pretty much instant. And then you have the Bluetooth 5.3, which is not great. I mean, you can get by with it, but the pulling rate is, in my tests, was under 125 Hz, which is quite bad. Around 8 milliseconds of delay. So I would just recommend to plug it wired or using the dongle provided by the Gulikit. So I have tested it with my PC and the Steam Deck, you can see right here, and it works alright. Let's go into controller settings, and you can see, as you can see, it is recognized as Xbox One wireless controller, which is not great because I mean, you can do the Steam remapping of buttons, but not much else. Here's the standard test from Steam. So talking about the connectivity, it will work with PC, Switch, Android, iOS, macOS, and regarding the consoles, it should easily work with Xbox Series S and X and Xbox One, and also PlayStation 4 using the Gulikit Goku adapter. I haven't tested it because I haven't got it here, but I had the Gulikit KingKong 2 and it worked just fine with Xbox consoles. I don't know about PlayStation 5. In theory it should work using a kind of expensive adapter like Besavior US adapter. I've read that some people had success with it, but I'm not 100% sure that it will work. Alright, so moving on to the joysticks. This is the one of the best features about this controller. It's stick driftless Hall effect joysticks. Honestly, they feel great. Comparing them to something like I have the Gamesir G7 Special Edition, and honestly they feel better than the Gamesir ones, but I like the grip on the thumbsticks much better, but of course you can change that if you want. So yeah, you can see in the link in the description the circularity test of the KK3 Max, which I've done, and on the gamepadtester.com. I tested it around 10 times, and it usually was averaging 0.0%, which is kind of great, but I don't know, it felt almost too good to be true. I don't know if it can be software enhanced or something like that, but the worst result that I got was something like 0.2% and 0.5% in the other thumbstick in regards to the circularity test. So there's that. But yeah, they feel really precise in games. I'm not playing FPS games, but in Rocket League they felt really great, better than the Gamesir G7 SE. And an important note about the joysticks: they are not from K Silver, they are not JH16 model. Jim from the Acnes Gulikit's distributor confirmed that it's Gulikit's own joysticks. It's a model GL1806. Another pretty great feature about this controller is the triggers, the back triggers. They honestly feel great, and they have two modes. You can switch between the Hall effect triggers, which only a handful of controllers have nowadays, and between the regular clicky modes using the switches at the back. So you switch them here. Let's hear them. This is firstly it will be the Hall effect triggers. And now switching it to the clicky mode. And also the bumpers. They feel just normal, nothing extraordinary. Now let's talk about the face buttons. Using this tool you can extract them quite easily. You just pinch them and they come off just like that. The B and A are the longer ones, and X and Y are the shorter ones, just like that. So I have a small issue with them, because Gulikit advertised that they would be mechanical buttons, but I saw a teardown on YouTube, and it shows that it's just conductive rubber domes encasing. So basically they are just regular membrane buttons with clicking mechanism that you can find in most of other controllers. So if you're looking for that mechanical buttons, you should probably look into Vader 3 Pro or ABYX 4 from FlyDigi. But honestly they feel great, but they are not mechanical buttons. So yeah, there's that. Now, I'm not an expert on D-pad, I don't use D-pad that often in games, but comparing it to KingKong 2 Pro, it feels slightly better, maybe more precise. It's quite small and it's caved in, as you can see in the middle. It's pretty good, but yeah, I'm not really using it that much. Let's talk about the back paddles. You have in the box a total of 6 back paddles, and you can insert them quite easily. They just pop in like that. And you can change them however you like. You can just, insert 2 instead of 4 if you like. So let's switch them. Yeah, but that doesn't work great because it overlaps. And then you also have the smaller buttons, which you put just like that, and this is how they sound like. So yeah, the back paddles are a great feature, but so my biggest issue with this controller is that yes, you have paddles, but there is no software. There is no software from Gulikit, so you cannot map the back paddles or any other buttons to keyboard keys if you want it, which is really helpful for games with partial controller support. But you cannot do that, so that is a shame. So one of the features that Gulikit KK3 Max has is that you can adjust joystick sensitivity. You just press this config button and press on the joystick. So 2 vibrations is the 100% mode, which is the default setting, and let's test that in Steam. That is just normal. Then when I have 3 vibrations is the 150% sensitivity, so it's just much faster. And you can see you have edges. It is much faster. And then when I click again and I have 1 vibration, it's set at 50%. And it looks just like that. Alright, so let's go through the other settings. You can adjust the light brightness using the settings button and D-pad left. This is off, this is low, and this is the most bright colors. You can set 4 direction on the D-pad using this and D-pad right. You can set motion aim assist for use in the FPS games. You can go through low, medium and high sensitivity aim assist when the L or ZL button is on, so just like that. When there is a long vibration, it's off. You can clear all settings when you press this and that. Alright, so the rapid fire, you adjust that using the settings button and just using all of the buttons and the bumpers. So when we have one vibration, it's the normal rapid fire. 2 vibrations, the auto rapid fire. And long vibration, it's cancelled. So let's check that in Steam. Begin the test. You have normal clicking of the buttons. I think you can see that on the Steam Deck. And this is the normal rapid fire. You can see it's different. Now it's the auto rapid fire. And the long vibration turns it off. You can also do AB and XY swap when you do that. As you can see, it's swapped. And now it's back to normal. You can also adjust the vibration intensity using the D-pad app. This is rotator motor mode. 2 vibrations will be Gulikit maglev haptic mode and 3 vibrations will be HD vibration mode. Oh, and I forgot about the joysticks. You cannot adjust the tension, which is kind of a bummer. You can just adjust the sensitivity as I have shown you. So yeah, basically I think I have covered everything I wanted. If you have any questions about the controller, please write a comment on the YouTube, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And how about my final opinion? Honestly, I think this controller is pretty great and it plays great. If you are upgrading from a regular Xbox One controller, it will be like a night and day. If you compare it to something like the Gamesir G7 SE, then it will be an upgrade, but not that much, not noticeable. And at the $80 price point, I think it's pretty great with tons of features, but the main con is that it has no software. You can only upgrade the firmware. I've just upgraded it yesterday to 3.0 and yeah, you can do that very easily. You just go to the Gulikit website, you download the zip file, you extract it, and you move the file to the flash drive on the controller, and it's done within 5 seconds. One thing I have to point out, that if you have owned the previous controller from Gulikit, the KingKong 2 Pro, it had some quality control issues, so it wasn't perfect. I'm happy to come back to this controller after a year of use, but yeah, for now I'm very happy with it. And summarizing, the controller has great ergonomics. It feels really amazing in hands. I mean, it feels slightly worse with the back paddles. but the joystick and triggers with the whole effect sensors are pretty great. I have to say I'm really enjoying them. The joysticks are just fun to use, and it feels like a real upgrade to the KingKong 2 Pro. The cons: there's no dedicated software from Gulikit. You cannot map the buttons to keyboard keys, so you cannot do macros and this kind of stuff. The advertising was weird because the face buttons are kind of fake, as I have said before. And the last minor con is that you cannot adjust the joystick tension. So yeah, that's it from me. You can find links to the controller on Amazon and AliExpress in the description of the video. If you enjoyed it, or if you didn't, leave a like or a dislike, and have a great day.